I used to blow dry my hair upside down for volume and end up with a frizzy triangle instead. If that's you right now, you're not doing anything wrong with your hair. You're doing the wrong things to your hair, and there's a real difference. Thin hair over 50 isn't about how much hair you have left. It's about how you're treating the strands you do have. Most of us were taught styling tricks in our 20s that actively work against thinning hair now, and nobody ever told us to stop. Today I'm walking you through the 4 simple steps that actually fix this. Not cover it up, fix it. I researched the worst styling mistakes and the best corrections for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The shampoo mistake that's flattening your roots. Here's something that surprised me the first time a colorist explained it. The shampoo you've used for 20 years might be the exact reason your roots are lying flat. Most volumizing shampoos marketed to older women are actually loaded with heavy conditioning agents that coat fine strands and weigh them straight down to the scalp. You're not imagining that your hair looks thinner by 2 p.m. It's not falling out. It's collapsing under product weight it was never built to carry. And here's the part that stings a little. You probably picked that shampoo because the bottle said volumizing. The industry knows exactly what word gets our attention, and it doesn't always match what's inside. Rosalind found this out the hard way. She'd been using the same salon brand volumizing shampoo for 6 years, convinced it was helping, until her stylist actually read her the ingredient list out loud in the chair. Silicones, heavy waxes, the exact things that build up on fine hair strand by strand, wash after wash, until the hair just can't hold itself up anymore. The fix is specific, and it's not about spending more money. You're looking for a lightweight, clarifying style shampoo, one without silicones, without heavy conditioning waxes, without the word moisture-rich anywhere on the label. That phrase is your warning sign, not your invitation. Ask for it by name at any drugstore or salon counter. A volumizing shampoo formulated for fine hair, sulfate-free but silicone-free too, because those are 2 different things and only one of them matters here. Here's exactly how to use it, because the technique matters just as much as the product. Apply it only at the roots and scalp, not down the lengths, where fine hair needs almost no cleansing at all. Massage gently with fingertips, never nails, for a full 60 seconds. That's longer than most of us actually do it. 60 seconds lets the formula actually lift buildup away from the scalp, instead of just rinsing across the surface. Then let the water run through the lengths on its way out. That's enough cleansing for the ends of fine hair, which dry out and thin further with overwashing. The result shows up faster than you'd expect. Within 2 washes, most women notice their roots sitting up again instead of lying flat within an hour of drying. It's not dramatic volume out of nowhere. It's your own hair, finally unweighted enough to do what it was always capable of doing. Rosalind said her stylist actually asked what she'd changed at her next appointment, because the roots along her part line hadn't looked that lifted in years. Let's be clear about the swap, because specifics stick better than generalities. Before, a heavy silicone-rich moisture shampoo applied all over, weighing the roots flat by midday. After, a lightweight silicone-free volumizing shampoo applied root to scalp only, massaged a full 60 seconds, rinsed through the lengths. That one change, done correctly, undoes years of buildup most of us didn't know was happening. But washing correctly only fixes what happens at the root. What happens next, while your hair is still damp and most vulnerable, is where the second mistake creeps in. And it's one almost every one of us is making without realizing it. Part 2. The damp hair habit that's snapping your strands. The moment you step out of the shower is the moment most of the damage happens, and almost nobody knows it. Fine hair over 50 is at its weakest point when it's wet. The hair shaft actually swells and softens, which means every tug, twist, or rough towel dry is doing real mechanical damage you won't see until months later when you notice more strands in your brush. Colette used to rub her hair dry with a regular bath towel the same way her mother taught her, fast and brisk, the way you'd dry a dog after the rain. She'd noticed her ends looking rougher every year and blamed her age, her hormones, everything except the towel in her hand. Rough terry cloth fibers catch on fine, already fragile strands and cause micro breakage with every single pass. And because fine hair has less density to begin with, that breakage is far more visible than it would be on thicker hair. The fix here is a technique swap, not a product swap, which makes it free and immediate. Trade the terry cloth towel for a microfiber towel, or even an old cotton t-shirt. Instead of rubbing, press and squeeze gently, section by section, starting at the roots and working down. You're blotting moisture out, not scrubbing it out. This alone cuts breakage dramatically because you've removed the friction that was tearing at swollen, vulnerable strands. The second half of this fix is about what happens the moment the towel comes away. Wet detangling is where most fine-haired women lose the most strands without ever connecting the dots. Never brush wet hair top down. Start at the very ends, working through small sections with a wide tooth comb, and move upward toward the roots only once the ends are fully free of tangles. This is the one moment where a comb near the hair is the safest tool. Used at the ends first, never dragged from root to tip while hair is fully saturated. Here's the payoff, and it's the kind you can actually see within a week. Less hair in the drain. Less hair on the pillow. Fewer of those short, wiry breakage hairs standing up along your part line, which is often what reads as thinning, when it's actually just damage regrowing unevenly. Colette said the difference she noticed first wasn't more hair, it was less hair falling out, which felt like getting some of it back. Let's name the swap plainly. Before, rough terry cloth rubbing paired with top-down brushing on soaking wet hair, causing steady invisible breakage. After, gentle microfiber blotting paired with bottom-up detangling on damp hair, protecting the strands at their most fragile moment. It's a 90-second change to your routine that compounds every single wash. So your hair survived the shower. But there's a third mistake waiting the second you pick up your blow dryer, and it's the one that undoes everything you just fixed if you're not careful. Part 3. The blow-dry direction you've had backwards. This one might be the most surprising, because it contradicts almost every styling tip we were ever taught. Blow-drying upside down for volume, flipping your head forward and blasting the roots, was a great trick in your 20s. On thin hair over 50, it very often backfires completely, leaving you with frizz and flyaways instead of lift, because fine strands don't have the weight or density to fall back into place afterward. They just stay disturbed. Diane came to her stylist convinced her hair simply wouldn't hold volume anymore. She'd flip her head upside down every single morning, exactly like she'd done for 30 years, and every single day the lift would be gone by 10 a.m. What she didn't realize was that upside-down drying on fine hair creates volume at the root that has nothing anchoring it. No direction, no smoothness, so it collapses the second gravity and a hairbrush touch it. The fix is root lifting drying, done right side up, section by section, with the dryer nozzle always pointed downward along the hair shaft. Take a 2-inch section at the crown, lift it straight up and away from the scalp with your fingers or a round brush, and direct warm air at the root for a few seconds before moving to the next section. This creates volume with direction and smoothness built in, so it survives the whole day instead of collapsing by mid-morning. Here's the detail almost nobody mentions. Always finish with a blast of cool air over each section once it's dry. Cool air closes the hair cuticle back down, locking the lifted shape in place the way heat alone never can. Skip this step and you're right back to soft, collapsing volume within the hour, no matter how carefully you dried it. This 10-second finishing step is doing more work than most of the styling products sitting in your cabinet. The result is volume that actually behaves like volume, not a temporary illusion that needs constant hand-touching to maintain. Root lift that holds through lunch, through errands, through the whole day, without you having to keep flipping your head over every few hours to refresh it. Diane's stylist told her the difference wasn't her hair getting thicker. It was finally being dried in a direction that worked with what she had instead of against it. Name the swap clearly. Before, upside-down blasting with no direction. Root volume that collapses by mid-morning. After, right side up section drying with downward airflow and a cool air finish. Root volume that holds all day. It's the exact same amount of drying time, just aimed correctly for the hair you actually have now. You fixed how you wash it, how you dry it, and how you blow it out. But there's one last mistake, and it's sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now, quietly undoing every bit of progress the moment you reach for it. Part 4. The product layering order that's weighing you down. Here's the part that catches almost everyone off guard. It's not which products you're using, it's the order and amount you're putting them on. Fine hair has a very small margin for product before it tips from styled into flat and greasy looking by afternoon. And most of us were never taught where that margin actually is. Marguerite used 3 products every morning without fail: a leave-in, a volumizing mousse, and a smoothing serum, applying each one generously all over, the way the bottles seemed to suggest. By 1 p.m. her hair looked like she hadn't washed it in days, and she genuinely believed her scalp was just getting oilier with age. It wasn't her scalp. It was 3 products worth of weight sitting on strands that could only carry about a third of that load. The fix is a strict layering order, applied only where each product is actually needed, not all over. Start with a lightweight leave-in at the mid-lengths and ends only, skipping the roots entirely. Next, a dime-sized amount of volumizing mousse worked only into the roots while hair is still damp, using a scrunching motion rather than smoothing it down. Finally, if you use a serum at all, 1 drop, rubbed between your palms and skimmed only over the very ends, never near the roots. Each product has 1 job and 1 zone. The moment they overlap, the weight stacks up fast on fine strands. There's a simple test to know if you're using too much, and it works every time. Rub the product between your fingertips before applying. If you can still see it clearly sitting on your skin as a visible film rather than absorbing in almost instantly, it's too much for fine hair, full stop. This one habit alone stops most overuse before it ever reaches your head. The change shows up by early afternoon, which is usually exactly when the old routine used to fail. Roots that still have lift at 3 p.m. instead of lying flat by 11 a.m. Ends that feel smooth instead of coated. No greasy shine creeping in along the part line by dinner. Marguerite said the moment that convinced her was catching her reflection in a shop window mid-afternoon and realizing her hair still looked the way it had that morning, something that hadn't happened in years. Here's the swap in plain terms. Before, 3 products applied generously and all over, weighing fine hair flat by early afternoon. After, 1 product per zone, applied sparingly and only where needed, holding shape through the whole day. It's less product, use more precisely, which is the opposite of what most of us assumed more styling meant. For small changes, and not one of them requires new hair, more hair, or a single dollar spent on a miracle product. Just the right technique, finally aimed at the hair you actually have. You now know exactly what was working against you. The wrong shampoo weighing your roots down. Rough towel drying breaking strands at their weakest point. Blow drying in the wrong direction, and product piled on in the wrong order. Fix those 4 things and you're not managing thin hair anymore. You're finally working with it. That's the difference between fighting your hair every morning and actually trusting it. Tell me in the comments, which one of these 4 steps did you not know about until today? I read every comment, so don't be shy. Next week I'm covering the exact haircuts that make thin hair look twice as thick without a single extra product. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.